All right, hello everyone. Happy Thursday. It is the day after the inauguration, which I slept through because I went to bed at 6:30 yesterday morning and I woke up close to 2 p.m. So by the time I woke up, I had missed the festivities, but I woke up in time to catch the memes. And while I haven't sat down to watch the inauguration, I know I'm probably saying it wrong, but it is 3:45 in the morning and I'm sleepy. Long story short, I'll probably catch the highlights, when President Biden was sworn in, just to watch it, and then that'll be it. But I spent the last few hours sorting things up for eBay. I'm blessed that a good chunk of money came my way from all the numerous cards, video games, and what have you I listed. Now, the reason I bring it up is because if you don't know, I'm stockpiling my money, finalizing details for my house. So, working hard on that. Now, I took a little break because I finished with the cards, and I was reading some of the comments on the videos I posted on yesterday because I figured that I would pre-record some videos, get them up on the channel, and that way I can focus on eBay for the next day or two. And I was a bit alarmed by the comments on one video in particular, the one about Catherine and whether or not she's going to get out of jail before the series finale, as well as other comments on the video I did about how I doubt we're going to get an extended finale, like a 90-minute, series finale, because we're getting 8 more episodes. And I saw a good amount of people talk about how, boycott Tyler Perry. I just hate this. And don't get me wrong, I understand the anger, the fact that there are a lot of day oneers like myself, those who have watched the show since it first came out, day one. And the problem is we've invested almost a decade into the show. And it seems pretty clear that the show is not going to end. I don't even want to say in the way that we fans want, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to have an ending at all. It's just going to have more or less a season finale that probably won't feel like a series finale, similar to If Loving You Is Wrong. I mean, I'm doing this video to address the let's just kind of hold the torches and pitchforks, because I don't think there's a need to boycott Tyler Perry. Here's what I mean by this. It's just like when you have time to kind of sit back and reflect on everything going on. Not to mention all the years I've been able to communicate with people who work behind the scenes on projects like this, and I've been made aware of things that honestly I never even thought about, because, think of it this way: before the YouTube and everything, I was just a fan like you, in regards of I'd watch the shows, I'd have some thoughts, maybe I'd tweet, maybe I would talk with somebody in real life, and then that'd be it. But it's become my life now in terms of commentary. So I've been able to learn a lot of things, like, once again, I just wasn't aware of, such as how networks make decisions on what shows to keep and what shows to let go. Let me just say this much. In a way, I don't think we could be mad at Tyler Perry, because based on a lot of things that, has been made clear, the show should have ended season 7. Now, the question is, though, if the show was to end season 7, would it have gotten the proper conclusion that it deserved? Because look at it this way. The back half of season 7 is what's going to be the back half of season 8, aka the final set of episodes. So the 8 episodes we're about to get this spring, I think May is spring, right? Then that should be the beginning of the end, the true ending we were intended to get. Now, you can make the argument that these episodes will indeed conclude everything, because if this is how the show was supposed to end, then it might get the ending we're hoping for. To be completely honest, I'm glad I stepped away to think about this, because it had almost slipped my mind. If you've been on my channel for at least the last year and a half, I've made that statement at least 50 times about how the back half of season 7 is going to be the ending of season 8, which was originally supposed to be the ending of season 7, aka the end of the series. So the back half of season 7 and the first part of season 8 were new / reshoots. So I don't know. Maybe we will get the ending we want in terms of wrapping everything up. I just think what makes this not, I guess you could say, believable is 8 episodes. I mean, like we said time and time again, if Loving You Was Wrong had about, a dozen or so, and that still left a lot of massive storylines unresolved. Like, it's one thing to, oh great, Kelly's out of jail. All right, now where do we go now? You got Justice meeting his father, but where are we going to go with that one? Not to mention, the Lucian and Natalie situation. Are they going to have a happy ending? Alex went down for a murder she didn't commit. And look, I'm going to stop right there because trust and believe, I can continue to go on and on with that particular show. With the haves and the have-nots, I don't think it's necessary. I mean, two things can be true. You can be upset with Tyler Perry because it's like, well, see, Tyler Perry, if you hadn't been, dragging the story along for years, then a lot of these storylines would have been resolved. That's actually a fair point. There are plenty of storylines that could have been resolved, but at the same time, we could have been introduced to new problems. Like, there was no need of introducing like a 20 plus characters at the back half of season 7 when that time could have just been utilized resolving plot points for, Amanda's death or, I don't really think the Catherine's cancer needs to be, I know some people are saying that needs to be finalized. I don't think so. It's Jim knows about it. Wyatt revealed that he always knew about it. And Hannah, of course, knew about it. And that's honestly all we need to do with that. The Broderick, I feel like Broderick is just going to be up in that loft or whatever that Wyatt used to stay in, and he'll just be forgotten about. Hell, it doesn't really matter because Catherine's in jail anyway. So, I mean, with Catherine in jail, okay, I'll say that for another video. But yeah, I just feel like it's fair to feel upset, but there's really no need of blaming Tyler Perry fully, that is, because it's the OWN network or Discovery. You might as well call it Discovery because remember, they own 95% of the OWN network now. So I'm guessing this. Aside from ratings, what probably made the show fail, or not fail, I'm sorry, I worded that incorrectly. What made the show kind of just end its reign, if you will, I just feel like the OWN network is going in a different direction. That's honestly what I feel like. I think that Discovery probably felt that we get it, Tyler Perry is with Viacom now, so there's really no need of sticking with the haves and the have-nots because of the fact that we want to get writers and directors and producers who are focused on OWN, as opposed to, hey, I'm working over at Viacom and I'll half-heartedly write a show, the haves and the have-nots, for the OWN network. And I guess you could say like Discovery is going in a new direction because the haves and the have-nots was extended as a favor to the OWN network. Once again, I don't have anything in terms of concrete evidence, but the evidence does point, or I guess, well, let me put it this way. The evidence that has been presented to the fans in general public in articles and reports and whatnot, it seems clear that Tyler only extended the life of the haves and the have-nots for the sake of the OWN network, which makes a ton of sense because at the time, OWN was kind of pressed for material and nobody was pumping it up as quickly as Tyler. Now, with them possibly going in some form of a new direction, I don't feel like they are as hung up on needing Tyler because Tyler doesn't need OWN. OWN needed Tyler Perry. But now that they're going in some, I guess you could say, look, guys, I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm trying to explain this the best way I can. But whatever direction that Discovery wants to take the OWN network, I doubt that it needs Tyler Perry the way that it used to. And it makes sense. It's just sad that the haves and the have-nots took a blow to the ratings the way it did, but it honestly makes sense because the show last season just won't hit on nothing. And it's a shame that with the show doing well now, it's like, well, damn, this really does suck because honestly, season 7 truly should have been the final season. because it could have ended on a high note. Because remember, the back half of season 7 wouldn't have been that crap show where we had like 50 new characters introduced, but nothing happened. And it's just sad. So I will say this. A lot of people are mad because it's like, oh, you're going to cancel the show. This is ridiculous. The only thing I will say this, if you want to be mad at Tyler Perry, I would say that be mad that it's not continuing. But however, I wouldn't even say be mad at him for that, because who's to say the haves and the have-nots won't eventually be revived? I remember the video I did about a few days ago about if the show should be brought to BET. I disagree. I don't think it should, but everybody in the comments was like, yes, bring it on. I'm like, I feel like my opinion on that statement or that question, I will have to wait until the end of season 8 to determine if I think the show should be brought to BET, because like I said at the beginning of the video, if the show does indeed give a satisfying conclusion, leave it alone. It's like the MCU, they're talking about possibly bringing back Chris Evans' Captain America, and it's like, oh shit. So even though his story had a very good ending in Endgame, despite the fact that it went against Captain's character to go back in time, blah blah blah, but I just feel like if the haves and the have-nots has an ending where things are wrapped up, leave it be. Do a sequel, or do like a spin-off, maybe a prequel series, maybe a movie, but I don't think you need to revive the series. But if it's an ending like If Loving You Is Wrong, where a bunch of people die and some other crap, then it's like, yeah, I think we need to just get off this. I don't know. But thanks so much for tuning in. Like I said, just don't lash out at Tyler Perry. Look, and again, I don't work for the guy. I never met the man, but it's like, I doubt that directing anger towards him would do anything positive to increasing the chances of us getting a continuation of the series. That's all I'm saying. So it's like I said before, he's focusing far more on the Viacom projects than the OWN project. I'll say project because the haves and the have-nots is the only thing he has on OWN right now. So with that being said, all I can say is, with the 8 episodes coming up, watch it live every week if possible. Maybe if the ratings go up, it will show Tyler Perry that, hey, maybe I should bring the show back on another network, not on OWN. Because OWN, you blew it. I mean, if OWN truly did kill the show, unplug the show because of ratings, then it doesn't deserve to have the show back. And I'll do a separate video on that. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Just please don't tweet or anything at Tyler about being pissed off. Let's just start a mini movement after the show. But like I said, it depends on how the final episode airs to determine if I want it back. So thanks so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, donate to the channel if you like, and I'll catch you all in the next video.